What's up? I'm currently waiting for my computer to finish updating. It has been over 2 hours and it's at 75%. And I don't know what this update's about, but it better be fucking good because I got work to do. So I was sitting there and I'm thinking about this conversation I had the other night with my kids at the dinner table, which seems to be the place where we have the weirdest conversations. And it, you should know I have a lot of kids, right? So when we sit at the table, it's a full table. There's four four kiddos and my wife and I, so there's six of us at the table. And we're sitting there and they're talking about, I don't even know how the hell we got on the topic. It was sex was the topic. And I don't I don't know how we even got to this point. I suppose I could go rewind my footage from my camera and it would probably tell me how I got there. But basically, what it came down to was the conversation about maybe waiting till you get married to have sex, which I think is an awful idea. You wouldn't test drive a car before you bought it, right? Like you wouldn't just walk up to it and go, "Oh, this is the car." You know, it looks good. Look, it looks good from the outside, but you got to get in that thing and sit in it for a while. You know what I mean? You're going to be spending some time in this thing, and you want to make sure that it's fucking comfortable. Uh, and so I like analogies, so there you go. Uh, so I made mention of that, but also at the same time said you don't want to go test driving a whole bunch of cars, right? Uh, and here's why. And so I used like an ATM machine as an example. You walk up to an ATM machine and you see the numbers have been pushed so many times that the number is now wore off of the key, and you it's very obvious that uh, a lot of people have been pushing those buttons. And so I kind of use that like uh, you don't want to be like that because it's going to become pretty evident uh, that a lot of people have been pushing your buttons. So this at the time it seemed like a good idea, right? My kids are, I mean, they're not really, they're not that young. The youngest is 12. The oldest, Ashley, is 16. And so you got that age range, right? But you you want to have these talks with your kids, but you don't want it to be weird. And I guess I probably make it really weird when I say shit like that. But I don't want them to be. I don't want to just say, "Hey, don't go have sex." That's you're gonna just get in trouble. I'm not giving them really any explanation. Like, look, my kids are gonna have sex. That's what people do, and especially at that age. And I'd be a fucking idiot to think that they weren't gonna be out there trying to do that. You try to stop it as much as you can, but you're not gonna. I mean, there's ways around, you know. And so try to feed them education. You know what I mean? Uh, and hope for the best, really, because the whole don't do it thing didn't work for me. I damn sure I'd be an idiot to think it'd work with those guys, you know. But be smart about it, you know. And I try to tell them, don't be a fucking idiot, you know. Like this is what will happen if you do this too much. I'm not telling you uh, because I think that. I'm telling you because I know that, you know. Fucking STDs are real, you know. And I dodged a few bullets in my life, and some people aren't so lucky. Some people get stuck with something that you don't, it doesn't go away, you know, and that's, I don't know. They tell us in school, don't, STDs and safe sex, and I mean when you're a kid, man, whatever, think about the implications of that too much, and I don't know if my approach is wrong or right. I don't really give a fuck what you think. I thought it was hilarious, I guess, really. The the analogies that I try to come up with to try to reach these guys, you know, it, and get through and try to think like them for a whole minute is it's fun. It's a challenge, um, and it's a fucking headache all at the same time. But anyway, I just thought I would share that story. I wouldn't recommend telling your kids that. Uh, really shortly after, I was regretting it, and it's I don't know. My kids are crazy. I love them. They're all good kids, and they're uh, they're a trip. But anyway, that is it.